Hello everyone, welcome to our comments and answers TJ channel. I hope all of you are doing well. In this new video, we are going to prepare for the Let's Be Better Teachers section for the week of February 26 to March 3rd day. I hope it is very helpful to many of you. Let's begin. Well, let's start with start conversations. Informal preaching. Publisher, hello, it's good to see you again, even if it's here, in the bank line. Assistant, hi, it's been a while since we saw each other, how are you? Are you coming from your preaching? I say that because of your clothes. Publisher, I'm good. Thanks to Jehovah. Yes, in fact, we are in the campaign to invite people to the memorial of Christ's death. Do you remember that I've invited you on other occasions? Assistant, yes, I remember well. You invite me even though you know I have another religion. Publisher, that's true, but for people from many religions, Christ's death is important because of its significance. It makes it very special, so I can't help but invite you. Assistant, I understand. What Bible verse did you read to me last time? Publisher, it's from Luke 22:19. If you don't mind, let's quickly read it together. Assistant, sure, that's fine, no problem. Publisher, the verse says, as you can see, it's a command from Jesus to all his followers. Assistant, yes, I understand. I can't promise anything, but I'll think about it. Give me the invitation. Is the date and time on there, right? Publisher, yes, that's right. Anyway, when the date gets closer, I'll contact you to remind you. Thanks for accepting the invitation. Assistant, thank you for always considering me. Yes, remind me, please. Now let's move on to start conversations. House to house. Publisher, good morning, how are you? If you allow me a moment, I would like to give you an invitation. Assistant, an invitation for what? Publisher, most people have lost a loved one to death, and even though it's been a long time, they always remember, especially on the anniversary of their death. Right? Assistant, yes, that's true. I lost my husband 2 years ago, and I remember him every day. But the anniversary of his death is especially hard for me. Publisher, I'm so sorry from the bottom of my heart. You're absolutely right, those dates are very important. That's why every year, we invite people to commemorate or remember that Jesus gave his life as a ransom to save us from sin and death. Assistant, and when was that? Publisher, the night before he died, Jesus established a special meal and gave the command. It's in Luke 22:19. Let me read it to you, please. It says that's why we invite people to join us in this special event. Assistant, I understand. Leave me the invitation, please. Publisher, there's the date, time, and address. You are welcome. Assistant, thank you. I'll do my best to attend. Now let's move on to start conversations. House to house. Publisher, good morning, my name is, and we are visiting people in this area to share an important message from the Bible. Would you like to hear it? Assistant, well, I'm not very religious, but I guess it doesn't hurt to listen. My name is Pavlicher. Thank you very much for your kindness. The message I want to share with you is about the commemoration of Christ's death, which will be this year on March 24th. I would like to briefly explain why it is essential to remember Christ's death. Assistant, sorry for the question, but what's so special about his death? Pavlicher, his death has great significance for us because it was the greatest act of love by Jehovah and his Son Jesus Christ for humanity. It frees us from sin and gives us the hope of living forever in a world without suffering, disease, or death. That's why we are inviting people to join us. Here is your invitation. There's the address, date, and time. What do you think? Would you like to attend? Assistant, how interesting and important. I didn't know. Can you show me in the Bible where it says we should commemorate Christ's death? Pavlicher, certainly. Jesus said in Luke 22:19 the following. Assistant, he was referring to the commemoration of his death. It's a way to show our gratitude and faith, right? Pavlicher, exactly. Alright, I think I'll attend. But could you explain more? Assistant, of course, I can come be this Thursday around this time if that's okay. Jace, I'll be waiting for you. Now let's move on to Make Disciples. Bible Course. Pavlicher, how could you summarize what we have studied so far? Student, well, as the summary says, false religions have only served to stain Jehovah's name with their teachings and the atrocities they have supposedly committed in his name. But after studying this lesson, it is clear to us that Jehovah will soon end them all. Pavlicher, that's right, undoubtedly. Now let's review. What do you think of what false religions have done and taught? Student, Jehovah is indignant. By no means does he approve of them. They have prostituted themselves by collaborating closely with governments in exchange for money and other favors. And while it is true that Jehovah loves people, he is furious with the leaders of these false religions because they stain his reputation, mistreat people, and do not reflect his love. Pavlicher, that's correct. And what will God do to false religions? Student, in the note for this lesson, we saw that Revelation 18:9-15:6 will be destroyed. Pavlicher, that's correct. In propose this, it is suggested that, at the next congregation meeting, you can ask someone why they decided to become a Jehovah's Witness. But considering the theme of the lesson, what other objectives could you set for yourself, Luis? Student, I could self-examine to see if I have really left the false religion I belonged to before studying the Bible. This is very important because I might still be manifesting some of its traits. Pavlicher, I think that's a very important goal. Now, let's briefly analyze the article Lies That Do Not Stray from God. These will help us understand better what Jehovah thinks of false religions. Let's go over some of these lies. The ministry of the Holy Trinity. This has caused many people not to get to know and love God because they think he is a mysterious being. Would it be easier for these people to know and love Jehovah if they knew him? Student, of course. It was for me. Pavlicher, exactly. That's why Jehovah views false religions in that way. You can continue reviewing the article and analyze the other lies. Student, sure, I'll do that. Well, those were the examples of the presentations for the Let's Be Better Teachers section of this week. I hope it is very helpful to my dear brothers and sisters. Sending you a big hug, and may Jehovah bless and protect you always.